Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to you for joining me on today's pathfinding session. I came across a question and I want to ask us this from the depth of my heart. Are you ready? How big can you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? Ask yourself that. How big can you dream if you knew that you couldn't fail? If you knew that no matter how big this is, how impossible it is, I won't fail at it, how big will you dream? I want you to keep that question in mind while you listen to me till the end of the session. Now, I came across two very important findings, right? And that question, I just couldn't get over it. I couldn't get over that. It's a very significant question. You would agree with that. It causes you to think, how big will I actually be aiming to do what I'm about to do this year if I knew I couldn't fail at anything I will aim to do? Will I actually be aiming to do this with my life? If I knew I couldn't fail, would I want to become the president of my country? If I couldn't fail, would I want to become an astronaut? Will I want to be the person who will pioneer our space exploration if I knew I couldn't fail? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Now, what I found out is you can look around you, right? And it's going to be apparent if you are open to possibility, if you're open to the truth, first of all, and then if you're open to possibilities, you're going to find out that if you observe very carefully, there are two individuals. If you juxtapose them and you interview them, they started 20 years ago, they were 15 years old, they started with the same opportunities, today they are 35, and one of them is a success, the other is a failure. You ask them this: what exactly differentiates you two? You had the same upbringing, you grew up in the same environment, the same educational opportunities, you both could even be graduates. But it seems as though this one, graduate, is not actually achieving anything with his life, and the second one is actually everywhere, doing things impactful to the society. The question is why? And I found out that mystery is actually not a mystery at all. It is solvable. It has been solved. And it's even obvious. In fact, it's even a stupid question to ask, because sometimes most of the times when you consider it, it actually seems pretty obvious at first glance, at first sight. Why is it that two individuals can start up the same opportunities, same upbringing, same educational qualification, same environmental influence, same parental influence on them, and 20 years after they are east and west? I found this out, these two things. Number one is aim. Now, what do I mean by aim? The question is, if you don't picture something, you can't capture it. That's what you should understand. And what I realized from asking people and speaking with people and having people talk to me about their life experiences and where they are, where they want to be, how far they've come, I found out that there has not been any instant where fate just happened. Everybody, literally, this is so intriguing, and I was so like, does that mean that there is no space for fate? Does that mean that providence has nothing to do with life? I found out that, well, these factors can be there, but truly, I haven't seen it. Everybody who had achieved something notable in life aimed for it. The question is, what are you aiming for? What are you aiming for? Year 2024, next 5 years, next 10 years of your life, where do you see yourself? What have you pictured? Because you can't capture what you haven't pictured. I like to reiterate that again and again, because repetition creates persuasion. You can't capture what you haven't pictured. The question is, what have you pictured? What are you aiming for your life? What are you aiming for the year 2024? What are you aiming for the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Who do you want to become? Who do you aspire to become? The truth is, if you don't resolve to doing that right now, right this second, trust me, you're not taking your life seriously. Because I can't, spend my time speaking on subjects like this, and you can dare skip this video right now and continue living your life normally. It's not good. It speaks of despair. It speaks of hopelessness for you. It's not good for you, right? When you listen to me after this video, right, I want you to resolve to aiming for something for your life. I want you to resolve to put something. I don't care. See, the truth is, nobody knows anything, right? People speak and they say, well, I don't know what I want to do with my life. That's okay. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Nobody does. That's just the truth. Nobody does. Go out there and do something. Fix something. Aim for something. Don't wait. It's not going to come as a revelation. That's what you should understand. It's not going to come. Nobody is going to come down from any mountain and give you a 10 rule. Okay, follow these 10 rules, and when you follow them, that's your success. No, it's not going to happen. Away with that. Nobody knows anything about their life. You don't know that. You can't predict the next second of your life. You can't predict the next 5 minutes of your life. So how are you going to predict the next 5 years? And then you're going to tell me that everything that's going to be, what is going to be is going to be. That's satanic. That's demonic. And I want to build my generation out of that. What is going to be only if you want it to be. And how do you want it to be? How do you tell me? How do you show the world that you want it to be? You need to begin to picture it. You need to begin to aim for it. You need to begin to set it as a goal. Not a wish, a goal. Not a wish, a goal. There is a difference between a goal and a wish. A wish is something you aspire for. If I can have that, I will be grateful. A goal is something that you say, I fix, I'm going to get that. How do I get that? You begin to find that out. That's a goal, and that's the difference between a wish and a goal. So you need to begin to aim for the future. Aim for who you want to become. What do you need to know? Who do you need to meet? What do you need to aspire for? Where do you need to go? What is the body of knowledge that will be required for you? How can you function maximally when you become that person? Because you're making wishes right now. And the truth is, the providence, fate, God, if you may, is actually shielding many of us from what we are asking. I barely say asking actually, because many of us seldom know what it means to ask. Asking isn't just a whim or today's wish. You need to be very deadly serious when you're asking for something. You need to consider all the possibilities that will hinder you from getting that thing, and then you need to know how to maneuver your way in order to get what you've asked for. So it's not just mumbling the words. You don't just mumble the words and just believe that, well, okay, let it be out there and let the universe know that as beautiful as that is, positive confession, do that, but deceive yourself to continue doing that without putting in the work. If you decide not to positively confess anything to yourself from today and begin to put in the work that is leading you towards an aim, trust me, you do yourself a favor taking the second route. Stop confessing positively and start acting positively. And that's actually going to take you to the goal that you have aimed for your life. The second thing I realized that many people fall victim to, and this is very important that you pay attention to me, because you want to understand that I realize that people are not actually becoming failures these days because they are doing bad things, right? They're not doing bad things. People are getting smart, right? People are getting smart, and they know what is bad. They know what is right from what is wrong. They know what is bad from what is good. But I realize that most of the times why people fail in life 20, 50 years after they started their life's journey is because they do what is good. How insane does that sound? They do what is good, but here's the kicker. They do what is good, but it's not right for them. So that's the biggest factor contributing to people's failure. They actually invest their time, their life. They know it's good. I need to give. I need to help. I need to aid people. I need to help people. Well, I can't leave my friends. If I leave them, who is going to help them? Is it good for me to be in this circle trying to build them out? Yes. But bro, it's drowning you. It's not right for you. You need to bail out yourself first. You need to stop. The conscience is good, right? It's good for you to listen to your conscience. But there are some times where your conscience is damn well going to lead you to failure in life. You need to start developing a strong mindset. You need to define what is right for your life. And how do you define what is right? And what is going to aid you after you made that definition is this. And this is the second factor for your success. Focus. If you can focus, you can succeed. If you cannot, you cannot. Period. That's how it is. If you can focus on something, if you can picture something far ahead into the future, focus on it and move intentionally, dedicatedly, advertently towards that goal. Trust me, you will succeed. If you cannot, you will not. You cannot succeed. That's my assurance to you. So make up your mind to focus. Focus. You can do anything. All things are permissible, not all things are expedient. You can do anything. Everything is possible. Everything is doable to the human mind. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can actually achieve. It can do. That's a fact. But the thing is, can you do everything? No. Common sense should already tell you can't actually do everything. You can't be here and there. You are not omnipresent. You are not omniscient. You are not omnipotent. You're not. You are limited. Your mortal body limits you. There is limit to what you can do. And how do you become most effective in life? It is when you dedicate yourself to that one thing that you've made up your mind to do, not because your preacher tells you so, not because your parents say so, not because that's where your expertise in education is, but because you've made up your mind to do it. That's one thing that's going to define your life. That's how you should resolve to live in your life from today. I was listening to Jose Mourinho. I can't really even get the name right. And I was speaking to Dele Ali. He said, today I'm 56. Just yesterday, I was 20. He now said, how time flies. That's what you should understand, man. Time flies. Brother, time is going to fly. Sister, time is going to fly. You don't have all time. You don't have all life. You don't have an entire aeon to live. Even if you have an entire aeon to live, trust me, there are things that at the end, at the back of that aeon, at the end when you're transiting, you're going to wish you had more time. You're never going to have enough time. The question is, with the time you have, what are you going to dedicate that time into doing that will bring out maximum impact to the world and bring maximum fulfillment for you? That's the question you should ask yourself. Your birthday you celebrated yesterday, 21st, your 22nd birthday, your 25th birthday. You know what that means? That doesn't mean that you've lived 25 years. That means that there is an X number of years programmed for you and you've just subtracted 25 out of it. Yes, that's what it means. So if it's X minus 25, the question is what's left? You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Truly, I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what the next second holds. The question is, if you were to transit tomorrow, are you going to regret spending the time doing what you're doing right now? You're distracted. You're going east, you're going west. You're trying to please people. You're trying to please your father, you're trying to please your mother. It's not their life. And I'm not saying you should be a rebel. I'm not saying you should put away all restraint. No, it's good you listen to people. It's good you conscientiously ask for opinion when you need it. People's opinion when you need it, not when you don't need it. The first person you should ask is yourself for any opinion. Yourself. And then when you need other people's opinion to juxtapose with what you've concluded or what you've realized or your inconclusive findings, that's when other people's opinion help. But ask yourself first and focus on your life. The problem with many people is that they're trying to be Rescue 911. And what that means is they're trying to do everything because it's giving other people happiness. And many people, limit themselves to so many self-destructive relationships because they're trying to fit in a door that is meant for only them to first of all pass through with everybody that they are related to. It's not going to happen. You need to go through that door. You need to make up your mind to go through that door. And you need to resolve to live your life very intentionally. Life is a gift. And what you should understand is, what you do with this gift is left to you. I'm speaking to my generation right now. What you do with this gift is left for you. It's left to you. You need to be very intentional. Don't do anything because your parents say so. That's beautiful, but don't do it. Don't do anything because your preacher told you so. That's wonderful. Don't do it. Don't do anything because you read it in a book. That's great. Don't do it. Don't do anything because your mind is making up something for you to do. No, don't do it. Trust me, you're going to regret it. What should you do then? Do something that you defined. Intentionally, you sat down on your bed and ask yourself, what is the best use for my life? What is the best contribution I can make with my time on earth that at the end of it, I will say, well, since I was able to do this, I couldn't do everything. God knows I couldn't. God knows I'm limited. I couldn't do everything, but I did this. I'm fulfilled. I fulfilled my destiny. I fulfilled my path. I found my path. I fulfilled my purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you should resolve to live your life. And don't resolve to start tomorrow. No, procrastination is stupidity. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Start today. Resolve today. Aim and focus on your aim. Aim and focus on your aim. And trust me, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you're going to come back. You're going to find me somewhere, right? You're going to see me somewhere. Maybe in an event somewhere. Maybe I'm speaking somewhere. Maybe you're going to meet me somewhere just casual. Maybe you're going to find me somewhere. And you're going to thank me for what I've said to you today. Aim and focus. And you thank me for it. Before I leave you, I'll leave you with a special PDF file. I do this almost always. There's a special PDF file in the description of this video. Go download it. Follow the link. Go download it. It's free. It's my gift to you. It's going to teach you exactly how to make that definition, how to find your path, how to begin to live very purposefully and scripted. Personally, I did the scripting of that PDF. I wrote everything myself, right? So it's more like a contemplation and adumbration of all my findings, all my readings, all my study, compressed into a file that I trust will transform your life. So don't waste it. Take the opportunity, go download it, share it to as many as you can see and find. And ladies and gentlemen, if you know that this video is going to be helpful to somebody, share it to them. Don't be selfish. I see you in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, in Benue State, Nigeria, in Accra, Ghana, somewhere in Cape Town, South Africa. Share this video. Don't be selfish. Somebody needs to hear this, all right? And I'm saying this to my generation. No matter how hard it is, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how impossible it seems, all you need to do is know that when you fall with your face up. Because if you can look up, trust me, you can get up. I want you to have the story of the young boy who was being bullied in a train, and then he was being beaten down. Stay down. He said no. Stay down. He stood up. They beat him down. He stood up. Beat him down. He stood up. And finally, 3 of them overpowered him and they kept him down. And he said this. He said, well, you might be keeping me down, but I'm standing up inside. That's how you should resolve to live your life. Leave you with mad love, great respect. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.